Good morning everyone, and today we're at a place called Kirroughtree in the Galloway Forest, sort of south west Scotland. This is kind of like my local while I'm staying here in Scotland. We're on Maidens on the west coast. There's not really any riding there, or not really any bike hire, so this is kind of the closest place I can hire a bike and go for a ride. And it's got some pretty cool features, and I thought that's what we'd do today, is to show you some of the cool features of Kirroughtree. Hired a bike, it's a Trek rail. You guys are all probably pretty familiar with those. Hired it from a bike shop called the Brake Pad that's actually on site, so that's pretty convenient. And one thing that I thought was pretty cool, they said at lunchtime if I wanted I could come back and they'd swap out a battery for the second half of the day. So I don't think I've ever had a bike shop offer to do that, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's get into it, and I'll as I say, we'll go and see if we can find some of the cool bits. Alright, so let's get into it. Now, one of the things about Kirroughtree is that a lot of the features, there are multiple lines, and most of them are not particularly challenged, but it is quite fun. And to be honest, a lot of the features that I'm going to do today are actually uphill, and I'll show you this one. So again, you've probably got three lines here. You've got straight up the gravel path, but that's a bit boring. You've got left, you could go flat out hard right and take up the bank, but again, I think up the rocks has got to be the way it's done. So we'll try that, eh? Alright, so I think probably speed's your friend on this one, and there we go, we're up. That's a little one, but there are bigger ones as we go along. In fact, there's one feature that I really struggle with, which I may not be able to do today. Alright, so most of Kirroughtree is kind of flat and smooth, and then as I say, you get these kind of rocky features on the way down and on the way up. So, but yeah, a lot of it is just like this. So to be honest, I think most of the red and blacks, if you're a reasonable mountain biker, you'll be able to get your way around, because most of it is like this. Alright guys, I know a lot of you just tune into the channel just for the flowers, and I understand that. There's not so much flowers here, but let me show you something that's equally as cool. Look at this moss. I just love riding through this. It was one of the things I quite like coming here, is just riding through this whole mossy, it's just awesome. It almost looks unreal. It's just so brightly, vividly green everywhere. Is that not cool? Okay, so it's not flowers, but it's still nature. Straight over the rocks. Sadly, those of you joining from the Chairlift and Gondola Association Appreciation Society, none of that today. It's all peddling. Alright, and there's a caution sign here, so I guess we better be cautious. Alright, it's not too bad. I think the caution is you could fall all the way down the bank if you're stalled on the rock. Okay, I could tell some of you guys are a bit disappointed with just moss. So anyway, look at this beautiful bit of heather here. So, oh no, I don't need a photo. I've got enough photos of heather. This is one of my favourite bits of Kirroughtree. Just check out how pretty this bit of trek is. Alright, what do we have here? Oop, just a rock up and over. Alright, so I think we're officially into the black now, so this starts to get a little bit more interesting, a little less about moss and heather and more about rock features like this one here. See, that's quite cool, isn't it? It's quite a cool little feature. And now we come to the hardest feature in the park, and it's uphill. Okay, this next feature is easily the hardest feature in the park. It won't look it, but it's uphill. Let me show you. Okay, so you're coming up to this rock slab, and then it's a really hard left-hand turn, and then you've got to go up this rock, which is completely off camber. I've done it once when it was dry. I think it's slippery. I don't think I can get this today. There's all sorts of line choices. But yeah, you'll look at this and think, this just looks absolutely nothing. People have tried to obviously get up this right-hand line, but then it gets really tricky up there. It's pretty hard to get across there. I'll give it one try and see what the sort of grip's like. Always makes me a little bit nervous clipped in on this stuff because, yeah, back wheel suddenly does that. You know the story. All right, I'm not going to lie. This makes me nervous. Can I get... Oh, yes, no. Oh. Yes, no. No. See, as soon as you turn your wheel on anything, it'll spin. And there's no real way to get a run up at it because you've got to take a... Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I've got lost. Oh. Okay, we need to get right in that groove. In that groove. Oh, shit. Come on, come on. Whoa. Yeah, that's what you don't want to do, eh? Oh. Yeah, that's what you don't want to do, eh? I may look it, but I'm not completely stupid. I'm going to call it. I don't think I'm going to get up there today. There's just not enough traction. If I could keep letting air out the rear, but then I'll probably get a flat. So yeah, anyway, it's there. You can give it a try. On the dry, it's still hard in the dry, but in the wet, I think it's probably close to impossible. And it's just that little bit slippery and skiddy today. So that's my excuse. We'll move on. All right, not sure if this is the walk of shame, but yeah, we're gonna push up this thing, which isn't easy either, to be fair. Oh, I think if you had crazy trial skills and really low pressure and could ride a bike better than me, you could get up that. All right, happy to get through that, but it's quite techy. And then this is what I keep coming back here for. This is called McMoab, and there are lines on the rocks, although I can't actually see them at the moment. Oh yeah, there's one, a blue arrow. So you follow the blue arrows and try and see if you can do the line. It's really cool. Look at this. It's a blue arrow there. And then, yep, there's a blue arrow up there. Looks like blue arrow, kind of funky line. They kind of need to repaint their arrows a little bit though. It's hard to see them from a distance. Can you see? Oh, yep, there we go. Arrows, arrows. Looks like arrows over there. Arrows. So far we're doing it all right. Okay, it's just weird. I'm not looking for line choices, I'm looking for arrows. It's just quite a weird sensation. Oh, I'm not sure if that was the arrow. We made it work though. Again, I'm looking for arrows. Oh shit. Okay, messed that up. I'm not sure if I got the line right. All right, let's do it again. I'm assuming the easiest way would be a straight line through the puddle, but, well, bog. Not sure I want to go through the bog. Okay, that's better. And arrow up there. Not sure if I've ever mentioned e-bikes on this channel, but this is actually quite good on e-bike. You don't need an e-bike to do this at all, but just having that little bit of power when it's needed is quite cool. Oh, that wasn't the line, but we make it work. All right, definitely. Oh, lines goes that way. Straight the dry stuff, straight up the guts. Can you see the? Oh, yep, there's an arrow. I think we go straight up here, and then do a little turn. It's actually quite grippy on this stuff, which is good. Oh, not sure if I did that right. Maybe I'll drop a gear. Oh, I think I missed a line. It's quite challenging. It's not easy, I tell you that. Oh, super fun though. I'm gonna come play on that for a bit. And there's still more. Look at this big old beauty. You could probably make up your own lines a little bit if you want to. All right, what have we got? Blue line across the top there. Balance, balance. Oh wow, this is spectacular. And then I think probably could take multiple lines, but we'll follow the ones they've laid out for me. Wow. Well, that was McMoab. Well, almost. There's one more bit I'll show you. I really love coming out here and doing that. If you get the chance, definitely worth coming up. Even if you're maybe not a black rider, I think you can still come up and have a play on that. Be careful though, obviously if you fall on the rocks it can hurt. But there's one more feature, let me show you. Alright, so you got to sort of rock up here. Horrible fall if you went down there, but they've got a roll down there. It looks quite intimidating, but it's actually pretty chill. Alright, so you roll up to the edge, and then down you go, pretty chill. Down you go, pretty chill. How this is going to work. Come on, come on, come on. Yep. Just going to make it up as I go. Turn, how steep is that? Fairly steep. You could practice this for hours. I'm not even... You reckon we could get up there? That's probably the place to do our scenery check, isn't it? Oh. I was just going to say we made it to the top, but I don't think we'll get to the very top. This is close enough. Hopefully you didn't get any weird old men in your shot. Alright, made up to this monument here, so I guess you guys will be wanting a scenery check. What do you think? We can sneak across this left-hand line here through the mud. Oh, this looks interesting. Bit of power down. So a lot of the interesting features I think in Kirroughtree are all downhill, uphill I should say, like this here. Way! It's the climbing that I think is the cool bit, not the downhill. All right, talking of uphill, wet, slippery, difficult features, check this out. So you come up here, as you say, sort of a whole ragged mixture of rocks. It's all wet and it's actually quite slippery, and it just keeps going up there. So I think speed might be your friend a little bit on this one. Oh no, there's not enough speed. What? Not enough speed. Oh. Okay, I think too small a gear. I need way more speed. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, you little beauty. Little beauty, speed's your friend. Looks like another one here. Again, momentum, bit of speed, coming into it with a bit of an attack. I must admit, most of my solutions come down to speed rather than skill. And that's why I couldn't get up that big rock slab, because there's no way you can hit it fast. It's just not, that's not an option. Did I mention the moss? I like the moss. Don't fall off the bridge. What do we reckon? Yep. Oh, a few more rock features. Nice. Sorry, I just had to stop there for a bit. You know me, a few flowers, bit of scenery, it's all good. Alright, what do we got here? Bit of a rock. Now, if you're thinking of coming to Kirroughtree and thinking like, oh, I don't think I fancy all these rocky features you're doing, Lance, they do actually have green and blue and red, so they have a variety of trails here. It's just that this is kind of what I like doing, and taking pictures of flowers and the scenery and things. But yeah, I think there's more probably family orientated trails than gnarly trails. In fact, the blacks are really not that gnarly. If you're a half decent rider, yeah, just go for it. Alright, heading back to the car park, not too far to go now, but I have found another feature, and this is kind of an interesting one. Okay, so it's a big rock section down there, and that's actually pretty easy, I think. So down the guts is the way to go. However, I think if you do the meandering route all the way around, it's actually a lot more technical, so I'm going to try that. Alright, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, sometimes taking the technically more challenging route can just make it more interesting, and now I'm thinking maybe I made it too hard for myself. No, as you say, could have just gone for a nice easy down the guts, but I wanted to make it just a little bit more challenging. Alright, we got a red and a black arrow, so you know the rules, you must always follow the black arrow See where that takes us. What do we got? All right. Actually, did I mess that up? Ah, I think you're supposed to ride on the slippery rock of death. Okay. All right, take number 2. So we come around here, up onto here, up onto here, and then just don't touch the brakes on the... Too easy. All right, and if you want to see if black ticks for you, at the car park here at Kirroughtree, they've got a little skills section to practice on. Oh. All right. That's the trickiest bit. That's actually taken me 4 attempts to get around that corner. Doesn't look hard, but traction's the problem. That's quite cool, isn't it? Little rocky footsteps. And I think that's it. All right, well that was Kirroughtree. Had a really great day. Even managed to get that second battery in, didn't manage to kill it, but I tried my best. It went around in turbo for a while trying to use up the second battery, but I'm pretty much exhausted and had a pretty damn awesome day. If you ever get a chance to come here, McMoab's the way to go. So pretty much that's the end of the video for you guys who are just interested in Kirroughtree. As I say, if you'd love to just subscribe, thumbs up, like, and leave a comment and all that thing. For those of you who've been following the whole series of videos through Italy, through France, into Scotland, this is actually going to be, I think, my last Scottish video. Don't panic, I do have one more video with a bit of luck outside of Scotland. You can probably guess where that's going to be, but I still got to get a few ducks in a row. I didn't get to ride in Scotland as much as I'd hoped. Few reasons for that. One, family commitments. My wife came here to, she's Scottish, she came to spend time with her family, and she happened to be, family stays in a place which isn't particularly mountain bike friendly. The weather wasn't particularly friendly either. Fort William the day was a bit ruined by the weather, and the weather up there was, we got one day in Glencoe which was pretty good, but otherwise it was pretty terrible. Finding accommodation wasn't easy, finding rental bikes wasn't easy, so lots and lots of excuses, but probably the main excuse for me was actually, and some of you have probably heard this news already, it's pretty terrible news, but my good friend Steve Reed, he passed away while I've been here in Scotland, and that's had a profound effect on me. I just seem to have lost all motivation to even get out and go for a ride. I just can't be bothered. And that sounds really ungrateful. I'm here on the other side of the world in some cool mountain bike destinations, and I just can't be bothered. Yeah, as I say, while he was still alive, he had pancreatic cancer, by the way, and I will be making a video. It's probably already come out or coming out. You know what it's like with me. But yeah, when I left him, the last thing he said was, go off, do the trip, I'll see you when I get back. Well, he didn't even last that long. It just was so quick. And so, yeah, while he was still going, I was making videos and trying almost, to sending him pictures every day and hoping that he would enjoy the videos. And as soon as he passed, it was just like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. But anyway, that's sad news. It is sad news, but as I stuck it at the end of the video because I figured the only people who actually watch to the end are the people who really love the channel. So anyway, if you do see this, yeah, it's really sad news. We've lost Steve, and but anyway, I will keep riding, and I will see you somewhere real cool real soon.